Hello friends, welcome once again to the Eyesight kitchen. Today we are up in my friend Stacy Martin's kitchen at Seahorse Snacks in Chattanooga. Thanks for having us again, letting us make a mess in your kitchen. And Chattanooga is a cool city. So if you've not been, find an excuse to come to Chattanooga. So we have been talking about breakfast because it's one of the, I don't want to say difficult meals, but it can make or break your day, how you start your day, right? So you want to start off on the right foot. So, kind of picking your brain, because everybody's got their go-tos, and you kind of were talking about doing this quiche frittata thing, which I think is awesome, because it's another one of those dishes you can make once and eat multiple times. So, walk us through this version.
Yes, so unlike a traditional quiche, I don't usually use a crust, because I feel like that's just filler.
Sure.
So I like to put all the good stuff in there. So these are very, very flexible. You can load them with anything that you want. Today I'm making a jalapeno popper version of this. So you can make it in a large pan like a pie plate, or you can make little bites.
Yep.
So that's sort of what we're gonna do. So yeah, we start with the eggs. Then there's, I'm using heavy cream. You can use half and half or whole milk or plant milks, nut milks if you would like. So we're gonna mix it all together. And then in the little cups, I have bacon, cheese, shredded cheese, some jalapenos, and some cream cheese. So we're gonna finish the last four, and then we pour all the delicious sauce in here, and then we're gonna bake them.
Super customizable. While you're cracking the eggs, what I will mention too, not only does skipping the crust kind of take that filler away, if you are sensitive to those blood sugar spikes, which I know a lot of folks, myself included, are, sometimes it's just pure carbs, right? Delicious, right? I mean, it's and there are calories there, but if you are sensitive, they can really spike your blood sugar. So this way you're omitting that and you're really focusing on the protein side of this. And if you want to up the protein game, you could mix in some tofu, or even use a higher protein like a Greek yogurt or even sour cream as instead of milk or cream, what have you.
Yes, you could. I'm a huge fan of swapping Greek yogurt in things.
I use a lot of labna, and if you're not familiar with labna, it is basically Greek yogurt cheese. So it's Greek yogurt that has been strained, and it has the consistency more like cream cheese. And I use it as my spread on bagels. It's kind of my go-to. But in a quiche like this or in a frittata, it really gives it a nice density to it. It gives it a great kind of silky mouthfeel. Really like that. Now, if you aren't a jalapeno person, please know that the great thing about a recipe like this is throw whatever you want into this. And a few moments ago, we were making another breakfast dish which included some sauteed Brussels sprouts. And we were just saying, you take those leftover sauteed Brussels sprouts, pop them in here, cover them with eggs, throw it in the oven, and you've got another great variation.
Absolutely. I love spinach and artichoke. I'll do a Mediterranean with sun-dried tomatoes and some spinach. They're very, very flexible. I like to do ham with broccoli and cheddar. I don't know, there's like an infinite amount of possibilities.
No, I totally agree. And if you are the kind of person who eats on the go, let me get that out of your way.
I'm seasoning. I need one more whisk.
One more whisk.
I'm putting some seasoning salt in here and some pepper.
Oh, nice.
There we go. Thank you.
No, I was going to mention that if you have to eat on the go, doing it in these small bite size, it's such an easy thing to literally, you could pop this in the microwave and then have it in the car on your ride to work. Not always your best option. I'd rather you have a moment to sit down and have breakfast, but that's not always the option.
Yeah. Also, they freeze really well. So if you want to make them and freeze them so that you can like pop them in the microwave and defrost them real quick, that's an option also. For the jalapenos, I removed the seeds and the stems so that it's less spicy.
Yeah, that's where the heat lives. So if you have any of the peppers, the sort of ribs that line the inside there, as well as the seeds, are oftentimes where the heat.
Parts.
Yep.
Those are the ones for the optics that we're going to float on the top. So
they're
easy to avoid.
Yeah.
Should you want to do that. Okay, so we're just breaking up the cream cheese, and then we are not going to forget the bacon because we forego the crust to get more bacon.
Feta cheese would be really good in there too if you like feta. I mean,
Yes.
usually there's not a middle ground. People either love feta or they hate feta. But if you're on team feta, it would be great in here.
I like ham and feta. I also like to do ham, asparagus, and some Gruyere.
Oh, nice.
So really, there's whatever you like, there's a version you can make. You could do this like sort of like Mexican style. Also, you could do like taco or quesadilla or fajita version.
Well,
whatever.
The idea of incorporating any sort of leftover into this almost sounds like cheating. But you've done the work. It's in the fridge. What else are you going to do with it? Cover it in eggs and throw it in the oven.
Yeah, it tastes like something completely different
Yep.
too. So I'm trying not to fill these all the way up because they're going to get poofy when you bake them.
Poofy being a very technical culinary term, yes.
Can you tell that's how I came up in
I
the
love
world?
that.
Also, hopefully we have enough sauce for all the cups. And if not, we redistribute.
That's right. Or you crack another egg, right? I mean, it's not the end of the world. And I think, so many people get so intimidated by recipes. They get intimidated by cooking. But just know that some of these things are easy by design, right? We don't want them to be overly complicated. We don't want you to have to really take the whole day to do this. There would be nothing wrong with you cracking an egg and even just setting it on top of there and baking the egg in there.
That's true.
With a fork, just mixing it up. It doesn't have to be. It's gonna cook in the oven and it's gonna set.
Like us, these recipes are resilient.
There we go. I love that. I'm gonna borrow that. I'm gonna usurp that.
Okay, so now this is just to make them look pretty, like you would pay money for them.
That's right. Yeah, we can. Better than a paper umbrella.
Maybe that could be another episode.
That's for the margarita version.
Okay, these are gonna go in the oven and I will bring them back. This is one that we cooked earlier.
Yep. Obviously the big version.
Yes.
Which if you're doing a brunch, this looks a little more pinky up for the brunch. You have it on a little what do you call it? A little what do you call those things you set hot plates on?
Oh, like a little buffet kind of?
Trivet, I think
Yes,
they're called, right?
yes.
You set it on the trivet, and you have your whole spread out there.
Yeah.
Do you have a knife we can cut into?
We
that
can
guy
clean
with?
off this
There we go.
cream cheese knife. Yes.
No, I like the idea of the jalapeno poppers. You sort of deconstruct it instead of having to take the time to throw the cream cheese and the jalapeno.
You
got
get
it
the
all
same.
together.
Is there an extra fork? Because I feel like
Yes.
that'll be helpful in the
Yes, indeed.
serving.
1 second, let me get these guys
Our
out.
fancy plates.
There we are.
Let's see if I can do it without
You
flipping
got it.
it on the ceiling. Yes.
No, that's beautiful. And I like doing if you're doing a quiche or frittata, I like doing a simple salad
Yes.
of maybe some little cherry tomatoes, maybe a little bit of spinach, have a little fiber, some little greens in there. I think that would be a nice little accompaniment to that.
It is. You could also, if you want, because it doesn't have a crust, you could do like a little toast with it also, like little toasts or whatever. I'll use this fork. We
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
use
exactly.
mine.
That one has been it knows the way already. So. Really good, and the jalapenos are not super hot, which we've talked about
delicious.
before. On your journey, I used to love spicy foods. I still do, but early post-gastrectomy, I had a hard time with heat, and so I'm getting back to the point where I can handle heat again. And I didn't realize how much I'd missed it. But I think don't rush it. Right, find wherever you are on the journey, find what's comfortable for you and adjust accordingly.
Yes, and just because it didn't work yesterday doesn't mean
That's
it's
a
not
great-
going to work
that's a
today
great
or
point.
tomorrow. So
That's a great point.
sometimes trying again in a safe way works
No,
out.
I think that's such a valuable lesson because I think sometimes it's sort of either it's pass or fail, right? But it's such a gradient, gradual transition that what might not have worked. Post-gastrectomy, I had a hard time with carbonation. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
just a regular club soda or a Coca-Cola was painful.
Did it burn?
Oh, absolutely. And now,
Yeah.
of course, it's almost laughable that I had that problem. But in that moment, I was kind of having to struggle with, I can't do that anymore. And in that moment, I couldn't. But it's this too shall pass. You can train yourself back up to it. Don't be discouraged. Just because you hit a brick wall doesn't mean that's the end, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a deeper lesson in that we've had to learn multiple times. Well, Stacy, thank you as always for joining us. This is a fantastic breakfast / brunch, although I could eat this any time of the day. Yeah.
Kind of flexible like that.
There are many a nights where we don't know what to eat, we're going to do something with eggs. This is delicious. As always, thank you for joining us on the Gesundheit Kitchen. If you have recipes, suggestions, or ideas or questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and share those with us, and we will look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, take care, be well. Gesundheit.
Bye.